good evening, good afternoon, good morning from whatever place you may be watching Independent Voice live today. I do have a dual monitor, so if my face is to you turned sideways, I apologize, but we're just gonna go do this. It is, however, an incredible, an amazing and historical day to the world of Ethiopia, to all of us that have been celebrating the inauguration of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. Ethiopia has done it. It is done. It is done. Let's just say that it's done. It has been such an uphill battle. It has been something that we all have been waiting on for the longest time. And with so much pride and honor, Ethiopia has celebrated the completion of this enormous project. And I want to start with saying congratulations, kudos, hats off to every single person that has contributed to this project one way or another. So I'm coming to you live from Independent Voice. We're going to talk about the GERD project, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. I'm pretty sure at least somehow, somewhere you've heard of it. Before I get into providing you with some background, I do want to say we all are proud. It's a proud moment for all of us. Whether you're watching me from the world of Africa, whether you're watching me from here, from our backyard, first and foremost, the people that have joined, I want to say welcome. Welcome to our channel. Congratulations. I know it's been such a mixed feeling for most of us. It gets very emotional at times. I did a very short live elsewhere in a different format, in a different forum, and I know I've gotten a little emotional because it is such a reminder of all the work, the hard work that actually went into it, and Ethiopia succeeded to complete such a ginormous accomplishment, and it is a proud day for all of us. So congratulations on that, and happy almost New Year to those of you that happen to be in Ethiopia getting ready to celebrate New Year's. So let me give you a bit of a background for those of you who are listening to me and hearing the word GERD, which I will be using quite a lot. It stands for the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. Yes, it is Africa's largest hydroelectric dam and one of the world's largest. Let me just say that. It is the GERD. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is Africa's largest hydroelectric dam and one of the world's largest. This is a very proud moment. The construction of it actually started around 2011 in the Blue Nile River in Ethiopia, Benshangul Gumuz region near the Sudan border. If you know, you know. If you know your geography, you would know where that is. It is designed, or it has a designed capacity of 6,450 megawatts of electricity. And the total reservoir capacity is about 74 million cubic meters of water. Very vast, very huge, ginormous. If you've seen a video of it, it is pretty amazing. I've seen people actually doing stuff during the celebration, and I don't know if I would have the courage to be in that water, but it is enormous regardless. So what is the reason? What's the purpose? So what's the big deal? Here's the reason why it's a big deal. It's intended to generate renewable energy to power Ethiopia's development, and not just development, industrialization, local need. It is expected to provide electricity to 65 plus millions Ethiopians that are without electricity at this point. It could enable Ethiopia to become a regional energy source, exporter, supplying power to neighboring countries, Sudan, Djibouti, Kenya, possibly Egypt. It is seen as a symbol of national pride, and unity in Ethiopia. Yes, we all know that we have our differences, but the GERD project is one that united all of us, regardless of which corner we came from, what language we spoke, which church you go to worship. The GERD project is the one project that united the entire Ethiopia. I believe it. It wasn't without its own fair share of challenges. It did have a lot of challenges. We all know about the regional dispute. So many rounds and rounds and rounds of negotiations with Egypt, Ethiopia, surrounding countries, in and out, so many times. So Ethiopia has a position, and Ethiopia's position is the dam is essential for poverty reduction, economic growth, and regional cooperation. Ethiopia's ability to maintain it will not cause significant harm downstream, even though there is fear and has been a thing of a negotiation for those that has been expressing concern about Ethiopia building such dam. Egypt also has a concern. I'm not repeating the whole thing. I'm not trying to rehash this whole thing because you can Google it and you can find enough information, but I'm just trying to give you 30 feet, like 30,000 feet high level information. And Egypt's concern is fear of reduction in the Nile water flow from where it flows to Egypt from Ethiopia, threatening agriculture and water security. The Nile provides about 90% of Egypt's fresh water. Sudan also has a position, and they also express concerns, worries about water regulation, and the dam safety also sees a potential benefit for Sudan, which is flood control and cheaper electricity. There is that. Really, I'm not going to spend too much time getting into the nitty-gritty of the technical stuff. I just want to give somebody who's listening to this for the first time some kind of background. Like I said, there has been multiple negotiations and mediations. They have been mandated by or mediated by the African Union, the United States, and other international bodies, but no final binding agreements has been reached. However, Ethiopia has repeatedly emphasized its right to utilize its natural resources, while Egypt insists on water security guarantees. The key points that I want to raise at this point is we need to make sure, we need to say this. Filling schedule of the water, the reservoir, drought management, long-term water sharing agreements. There's been always a willpower from the side of Ethiopia to make sure that fair is fair. Ethiopia needs to have equal access and use its resources in the way it sees fit. Ethiopia has already carried out multiple rounds of reservoir filling since 2020. And that's how come the project is near completion. And the inauguration occurred, I think, yesterday because of the time difference, in some amazing historical celebrations happened in Ethiopia. According to my report and my little research I did, the project has been completed more than 90%. I want to say about 95 to 98%, but the project is completed, and it has been said that it will start its functioning in the near future. The GERD project has geopolitical and environmental impact. The GERD has become a minefield in East African geopolitics. It tied Ethiopia to Egypt like you wouldn't believe it. There has been so many threats and so many uphills and so many negotiations and so many woe this and woe that. It has become very political. Ethiopia frames the project as Pan-African model, not just Ethiopia. This is not a proud moment just for Ethiopia. It is a proud moment for the entire continent of Africa. So in short, the GERD is Africa's biggest dam, central to Ethiopia's economic ambitions, but also the heart of a long-standing dispute with Egypt and Sudan over the Nile waters. I don't want to bore you with the technical stuff, but let me just say this one more time, and so you can have an idea of how enormous this thing is. In terms of energy and industrialization, GERD is said, or it's expected, to increase or to give this massive power boost to the country. At full capacity, GERD will generate 6,000 plus megawatt, more than double Ethiopia's current electricity output. Locally, outside of electricity, access to electricity over 65 million homes or people. Tell me that is not important to the country when you have about 65 million Ethiopians without access to electricity, access to power. I'll come back to this. It is also job creation opportunity. No doubt that it is creating, and it has created an incredible amount of job opportunity for the people in the country of Ethiopia. Would it be exaggerating to say it will also improve quality of life? So let me just take a moment here. Let's talk about quality of life. If you were to go into Google and search the term Ethiopia and some images come out, I wouldn't be surprised if you find images of women carrying a bundle of woods, a bundle of stick tied together on their backs, carrying it a distance to take it home and use it to prepare a meal. On their backs. I wouldn't be surprised if I just look it up right now. I can get you, or I could see images of women carrying loads and loads of woods, dry woods, to take it home so that they can feed their families. 65 plus million Ethiopians most of the time are out of electricity and power. They use wood and coal to prepare food. So it is an opportunity for us to celebrate. It is an opportunity to light up every home, every household in Ethiopia. Big, small, cities, rural areas, little villages, they deserve to see the light of a day. They deserve to have electricity. They deserve to have a mindset, or they deserve to feel as though this is such a necessity that is being provided that they don't have to think twice about flicking some light on and not worry about whether or not it's going to be there, whether or not they're going to have an evening of darkness again. I'm kind of changing a little bit on what it is that I wanted to do today. Yes, it is celebration. And you know what? Let me stop right here. And let me get into what I wanted to say first. As we celebrate and as we see this ginormous dam and how it was celebrated, mixed emotions and all. Social media has been bombarded with this all day long. Been watching it. I had to hold myself back. I only did a little bit of a live activity today because I wanted to come today right now and just take time to also do my own expression. So I want to start with acknowledging the people that have been involved. As the celebration went on, and as we have been glued to our TV screens and watching social medias and listening to what people were saying, I was thinking about, not that everybody else wasn't, but for some reason I got stuck thinking about the people that have lost their lives during the construction of this thing, people that have worked on the site. We all, every job comes with some kind of environmental hazard. We all know some things come with the kind of work that we do. And I remember many years ago, a few years back, watching certain videos and how people were actually working in the location. It is very, very, very hot temperature. Having to deal with cement, having to deal with digging, having to deal with machines, having to deal with environments such as that, it is very, very risky. And yes, some have lost their lives. And I was thinking about those people today. And I want to say thank you. They are not here to see it, but I think they deserve the honor. They deserve to be acknowledged, to be remembered, and to say, thank you. You paid the ultimate price. Some of us get to celebrate this from a distance. Some of us are here in having this mixed feeling and a proud moment. And thank you for making us all so proud. Not just the ones that have lost their lives, but every single human being that have participated in that kind of work environment. I want to say thank you. Thank you. Some of them, they didn't get to see this. They didn't get to see it in its glorious moment. The fireworks, the lights, all that. It's pretty, it's beautiful, it's powerful. There's been a lot of sacrifice. So those are the people I want to say thank you to first. And then I want to tell you, little kids, students, moms, pops, old people, young people, poor, people that didn't have anything but coins. People have contributed to this project. This project does not belong to any other country, does not belong to any other lender, does not belong to anyone that is going to have a hold on Ethiopia altogether because they gave gabs and gabs and gabs and gabs of money. Now Ethiopia is going to have to pay for it the rest of the generation. No, the people of Ethiopia should be really proud. Yes, they've done it. They have done it. This is what happens when people come together. This is what happens when people unite. This is what happens when you see the future and say, you know what, I will pay the price for right now because I see the future being absolutely bright. That's what happens. This is what happens when people unite. It's possible. It is possible for Ethiopia. It is possible for Africa to come together, to unite, and to have that strength. And to put out such an enormous, gigantic, so complicated and historical monument for the rest of the world to see. I call it liquid gold. Yes, when I see it, I say that's our liquid gold. That is our ticket out of poverty. That is our ticket for the moms, the little old ladies that continue to carry little wood on their back to go home, turn it into a little fire to prepare a meal, to make coffee, bunna, to do whatever it is. For those people that I know wished to have a day or two or 3 or 4 of electricity, of power, of light, without having to fear, without having to worry, without having to be concerned when they flicked the thing, whether or not it's going to come on. Is this hope? Yes, it is. Is this going to bring economic growth? Absolutely. And then I'm going to move on and talk about the diaspora. I know for sure I have witnessed people worked so hard, literally begged and pleaded for people to contribute towards this thing, day in, day out, faced people, not for them, not for their own benefit, not for anybody to donate or to give them anything because they lacked something, but because it was that important and they committed to see this thing actually flourish and actually come to fruition. I know so many people within the diaspora here in the States, all around the world, worked tirelessly with their money, with their positive thoughts, with their support, to literally say, this is our dam, it is your dam, and you should give a dam. It's not easy. It isn't easy to go and ask somebody to, yeah, ask for anything. Ask for their time, ask for their knowledge, ask for their expertise, and ask also for monies. I know I've known people that actually said, you know what? I do really need this money for such and such, but it's okay. I'm going to contribute it here. People did not donate because they had gabs and gabs of money. People gave from what they don't have. People gave until it hurt. I want this to be known. When the people in Ethiopia talk about, oh yes, the diaspora contributed, I want to say this. I want to go on record. The diaspora didn't give because they have so much to give. They gave from what they don't have. They gave until it hurt. They gave until they say no more. They gave in so many different ways. But when it came to GERD, people did not hesitate because they wanted to see this day. And you know what? To those of you who did that, congratulations. The honor is yours too. Yes. The honor is yours too. You should be proud. I don't care if you gave $1 or $1 million. I don't care about the amount. It's the heart, it's the thought that counts. I say this because I know in all our different states, people have worked tirelessly. And I'm going to take this moment and this time to just say, in the city that I live in, you know who you are. You've done this more than once. Congratulations. I hope you've watched it. I hope you literally are taking it all in because you've contributed. It's not easy, like I said, to ask anybody for anything, let alone money. It's not. It's very difficult. It didn't matter what was going on. It didn't matter what was who was saying what to them. They were focused. They weren't like in so many different things. They said, my commitment and my time is going to be in this lane, and I'm going to keep this lane my focus. And they did that. And they did that. You know who you are. And I am here to tell you, you really did it. You did it. You did it. You should be proud. And I want to say thank you. I'm so glad and grateful we have people like you that took it in. When people said boo, you didn't shy away. When people kind of gave you side eyes, you didn't shy away. When people gave you cold shoulders, you didn't shy away. You know who you are. You didn't do it for the praise. You didn't do it for the accolade, and there isn't any. You didn't do it for any reason but to actually see this day come through. And congratulations, because it did. It did. You know it. You can tell this story to your children and their children. You know those evenings, you know the nights, you know the days, the long meetings, the Zoom meetings. We all know that, right? So I want to say kudos to the diaspora. Yes, kudos to the diaspora. They gave not because they had money to throw away. They gave knowing that they were giving sacrificially because they believed in this. They wanted to contribute to history being made in Ethiopia. You know who you are, so I want to say thank you. Congratulations. There's a reason why I'm saying this. We have been having such mixed emotions today. I am here to tell you we're proud as a country when Ethiopia did this and actually showed it to the rest of the world and said, look what we did. Yes, we did it. It is a proud moment. There's a lot of history and a lot of stories behind it. A lot of story behind it. It looks absolutely beautiful right now to celebrate. There's been a lot of tears, a lot of sweats, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of fears. And there's a reason why people have mixed emotions in terms of how we're feeling today. It may not be such a big deal to the rest of the world, but it is to us. For those of us that have had an opportunity or have experienced what it's like to be, yeah, without electricity, without power, without this light you and I don't think about. I have at least like all kinds of at least 4 or 5 different lights right now all around me. Didn't even think about it. I needed it. It's important. Flicked it. It's there. But there were people and there are still people out there who wonder whether or not they're going to have a night as they planned, or a night, a dark night, because electricity isn't there. I'm not attaching this to any politics. I'm not going there. I'm just talking reality. And I'll tell you this. You may not believe that some of us, just because we live here, we didn't experience it, but we did. We did. A few years back, I was in Ethiopia for personal reasons that I don't want to get into. Very personal reasons. Stuff that, and I wouldn't wish on anybody to go through, but I did. I had to be there for family reason. The darkest day ever in my life. And as I am facing a day like that, I had to face it without power, without electricity. I'm okay now talking about it because I've already talked about it during the day, and I think the emotions kind of gotten aside for right now. But let me tell you, it made it worse. For me, it was a few days. For other people, it's months, years. It's a daily routine. It's life. It happens for them all the time. They're always wondering. You prepare something thinking you're going to make it somehow, and then you're thinking at the back of your head, what if I don't have light? What if there is no electricity? In any case, bigger picture, yes. Economically, absolutely incredible opportunity for the country. It is going to put Ethiopia at a better place. We cannot forget. We cannot minimize the impact that it's going to have for the local people. Like I said, for the moms and dads. So congratulations. I hope what it is that you had hoped for and what it is that people are hoping for will come to them sooner than later. Yes. So today, I could sit here and tell you the technical stuff, but what really, really captured my heart and my emotion today as I watched people celebrate is what it's like to no longer have an issue, to no longer have to worry about what it is that we've been worried about when the rest of the world doesn't even think twice about it. So I know I have a couple of people here on the Zoom meeting. I don't know if they want to come on and express their feelings. I see a couple of people. I just, because they didn't turn on their videos, you can't see them. But if you want to come on and say what it is you want to say, you can certainly turn on your video, or you can just unmute yourself and say what you want to say to let our viewers or share your feelings today, you know. What is your feeling? How do you feel today? What does this mean to you all? I'm not going to force anybody to say anything if you don't want to, because we are live, I understand. But if you do want to say a couple of things, you can certainly unmute yourself, and then you can express your feelings. I see a few people also watching the live. You could certainly put your comments there. I apologize, I haven't been paying attention to you. If there is any comments, I haven't, but I will respond to you once I'm done, because I have dual screen here, so sometimes my face is turned right or left. So I wanted to be here. Today is a day that will go down in history for Ethiopia. Today is a day that we all celebrate. I wish I could have been there. I wish I could have been so close to let people know, to see people's reaction. I wonder what the feeling is like, what the vibe is there. I know I've seen some incredible things. People are happy, they're celebrating, and they should. They should. I just wanted to make sure that today I'm coming here and to let people know we're excited, we're proud. Yes, Ethiopia has a whole lot of stories. We all know we're known for certain things, but I want to amplify the good, amplify the powerful, amplify the historical accomplishments today. So if you are putting anything in the comments, I don't see. I do have a couple of people. I'm just going to give them a couple of minutes. I think one said they're just going into the house right now. Maybe they can come on. But for those of you who are not aware of what it is we're talking about the GERD, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. It's been completed. The inauguration happened. It's done. And the GERD is going to protect itself. I'm not concerned about that. It is going to be something that will take care of itself. I'm not concerned about anything else. Is it going to still have some political fallout from it? Maybe. I can't really go there today. I just can't. I'm gonna give myself a day of celebration. This is a day to just celebrate such an accomplishment. In the background, some of us have gone through some things that you would not believe if I tell you. Thank you. I see a comment here. Yes, we're very, very grateful for this accomplishment. We're so happy. Thank you that you're here. We're grateful. We're grateful. We all are grateful. I really do want to, not that enough credit has not been given, but to the people that have done the work from here, the people that have engaged using their knowledge, their expertise during these mediations and these talks, and even the political staff, the people that fought back, the people that have played a role in the public diplomacy, the people, like I said, spent so much time, people that have cooked food and sold it here for people to donate money, the people that have engaged in so many ways. I want to say to you, congratulations, you did it. You've contributed, your hand is in it, your legacy is in it. The day has come. The day has come. So do this, give yourself a hug, take a note, jot down what it is that you feel today, keep a journal, because it is history. Somebody needs to write a book on this, I'm telling you. So as Ethiopia has celebrated, this is my way of saying I'm celebrating with you. Yes, back in Ethiopia, but the people here, our listeners, our followers from Independent Voice, it is an amazing day for us. Amazing day for us. Has it been easy? No. Is it gonna be easy? I don't know. All I know is the thing is done. That liquid gold is so massive, so massive. I cannot wait to see how Ethiopia's economy is going to change, how the world is going to look at Ethiopia. And you know what? There is also a message here. When people unite, this is what happens. Do not undermine the power of unity. Do not undermine it at all. Not everybody is against something. Not everybody is doing what is fracturing the country. A whole lot of people are interested in the unity of Ethiopia, and unity is far better, so much better. It is far beautiful than being fractured all over the place. Today, I refuse to go there. Today, this is a day of celebration. This is a day to sit back and say, wow, Ethiopia has done it. It's done. It's done. I will have an event coming up, maybe hopefully next week, where we're doing some fun stuff. But for today, I just wanted to mark today in saying thank you, congratulations from diaspora to diaspora, from the people here I know in my town, all the way across the states, across Europe, across the globe, wherever place you've been to, every dime, every penny, every dollar, every hundred, every thousand, every few thousand, whatever it is that you put in towards this project, your hand, your legacy is in it. Is in it. People didn't do it because it's going to mean something to them. People do it, and people did it because it is going to a wealth of the next generation for generations to come. This isn't something you just do this and be done with it. It's done. It's there. It will remain there. It is our ticket out of a whole lot of stuff, including poverty, including darkness. And there already is a whole lot of new visions coming out of this project, and what all is happening right after this is just unbelievable. Ethiopia is on fire. Ethiopia is just doing it. Africa is getting there. Africa is stepping up. Africa is making it happen. So yes, thank you. Thank you. God bless you for your time and efforts. Yes. Yes. If you want to come on and turn on your mic without getting on the video, you can. Zed, I could see your comments, but if you want to just turn on your mic and say what you will, you can, and you don't have to worry about what language to use. Do what makes you comfortable. You can take a moment if you want. I don't know if you can hear me.
ማሜ ቴንክ ሶ ማች ስለሁሉም ነገር የሆነ የማይመች ቦታ ስላለሁኝ ለዛ ነው በቃ መሄድ አለብኝ። ተባረክ። መልካም ምሽት።
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, so for those of you who just joined us, I have been, hey Henok.
Hey,
Welcome.
thank
Welcome and congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations to you too.
Congratulations. Ethiopia has done it.
I mean, you said it all, or you said most of the stuff what I wanted to say.
Sorry.
We're so grateful. We're so thankful. We're so joyful for the work has been done. May God bless all involved in this, even the adversaries, pushed us to do this. I mean, if we see countries did big dams, like Hoover Dam here in the US, the Wild West changed it to an oasis. with that Hoover Dam. Not only the infrastructure, but even the lifestyle. It lit up the waste, brought a lot of opportunities. Could hold fresh water, irrigation, water supply, so a lot of stuff. So we will see this GERD will bring a lot of opportunities to Ethiopia. So we're so happy. Thank you for this presentation. May God bless you. May God bless Ethiopia.
May God bless Ethiopia. On behalf of the 65 million Ethiopians that are expecting to see the light, we are grateful. We really are grateful. The one thing that I want to highlight also is, as I said earlier, the national unity and the identity that the GERD has presented the country, beyond the economic.
Sorry, I had to connect my earphone.
You're
Not
good.
listening to you.
You're good. It is a national pride project. And what a project to take as a national pride, There's so many things that we can think about, but this ginormous thing sitting there so proudly, so vast, so untouchable, that is a national pride, and not because how big or how massive the thing is, but it does put Ethiopia on the map. It does say a lot about the commitment the Ethiopian people showed towards this project. It shows the strength of the unity of the people from near, far, and all around. So I'm grateful. Like I said, I have such a mixed feeling today, but I'm grateful that we get to see this in our generation. We get to see this in our time. Earlier, I was saying some people have sacrificed their lives and they didn't get to see today. They didn't. They saw the start. They were there. They were actually they were touching. They were working. They were in the location. I believe they can think of the vision, like the end, like there. But then for some reason, because of what happens, sometimes when you do jobs like this, it comes with a level of risk they're not here to say today. So I really want to bring that back and honor them again. I do want to
Yes.
honor them again.
May God bless them.
Yeah. And their families, because I know this is such a reminder. As much as I, from a distance, was able to think about it, I can only imagine what their families are feeling at this point when the whole country is celebrating. It is such a reminder of their loss. The country's gain, but their loss. So I really, really want to just highlight that and underscore the importance of remembering people have sacrificed their lives in order for this to happen, for us to celebrate it in such a massive way. There's been a lot of sacrifice. So
yes, and they will be remembered in Ethiopia forever.
yes, they will not be forgotten. I hope there is some type of way that is prepared, that's put together, that is planned for them to be able to continue to support their families, because it is a sacrifice. So, but it is what it is. Oh, there's another thing that I wanted to highlight. The most important, not the most important, but one of the important thing to remember, and for our viewers to also hear, is that this whole thing, this whole project was not, I think I said this earlier, the funding did not come from anywhere but from the pockets of people, from little jars of people, from little wallets of people, from little salaries of people. And I think that makes it even more special. That makes it more heartwarming. The level of sacrifice is unbelievable. It is just heartwarming, and I cannot imagine how proud people are right now. to be in Ethiopia and to celebrate this. I think the cost itself, I think, is said to be nearing 5 billion. I don't mean Ethiopian birr, 5 billion US dollars. That's huge. That's a lot of money. And boy, let me tell you, I have the breakdown. So, wow. It's interesting. Compared to other dams, yeah. So, for example, there are like 3 George Dam, or like China has completed. That is 28 billion. Hoover Dam, US completed in 1936, 49 million, equivalent to 900 million today. And then there is a dam called Awasa High. Egypt completed in 1970. That was 1 billion, equivalent to 7.7 billion today. The GERD project is 5 billion. Which is pretty amazing, if you ask me, for the country that was also going through a war, to be able to do this, to fight over there and build a dam over here. We all know how much it costs actually have to go through a war, and to be able to continue to do this other side and not lose focus and bring it to the finish line. I think it's great. But once again, congratulations to everyone that is celebrating with us. For our listeners at Independent Voice, this is we're talking about GERD, the Great Ethiopian Renaissance Dam that just got inaugurated, I believe yesterday, or during the day today. There's a time difference of like 8 hours, I believe, 8 to 10 hours. So it was yesterday for them, but today for us. And we watched it from a distance, and we've celebrated with the people of Ethiopia today. And I just had to come here and say congratulations, say, yay, we did it. But I want to circle back again and highlight the importance of acknowledging the sacrifice people have made. Hear me when I say this. China did not dish out money. The US did not dish out money, lending, funding, or anything else. The people of Ethiopia did this. Okay? That ought to mean something. I just can't get over that. That ought to mean something. The people of Ethiopia did this. And this is what happens when you manage money appropriately, because then it does what you set it out to do. When it is appropriately managed, when it's appropriately used and it's appropriately applied, this is the result. Which, that's another discussion for another time. I really don't want to get into that. I just want to stay here a little longer and kind of take it all in and celebrate. So, what do you remember from when the project started, Henok? Do you remember when it first started? When somebody says we're gonna do this?
Yes, yeah. Even if, as much as I wanted to see that completed, I had a lot of doubt that we can do this. I mean, my background is in hydraulic engineering. My first degree is about building dams, hydropower dams
Wow.
and stuff. So, I mean, I wanted to happen, but I had a lot of doubt, and even in the process, after it started, not before it started, after it started, is it gonna happen? Is it gonna be completed? But here we are today. It's all done. Not from just the engineering part, building, but from the politics, from what was going on all over the world. I mean, we're standing by ourselves. I mean, everybody, we could say, at least most of the world was not supporting us, if not, working against us. So it was a great accomplishment, not only, bring this to reality, standing this structure, but, mentally the satisfaction, the mentality, the attitude, we can do this is huge. So it will be a great turning point for Ethiopia, for sure.
For sure.
Said it well. So yeah, I mean, and it is seen in so many developed nations, including the US. Hoover Dam done in Great Depression, so it had a big impact in the US economy. And if we go China, a project like this changes the trajectory of the countries. So this is just a start for so many good stuff coming on our way.
Yes, it's just the beginning.
Yes.
It's just a beginning, and it is a turning point, and I think Ethiopia just turned. No turning back. But you do bring up a good point. One, I think you're not alone, or you are not alone in having some level of doubt. It's huge. It's gigantic. Really, can we do this? Do we even have what it takes to do? Not the knowledge, not the expertise, not the ability, but the resource. Would we have anybody to support this? And the concern is not without merit, because not everybody was supporting the project itself. So that goes to what you were saying, the doubt. Not, I've never doubted, but we will be able to do this. Ethiopia has well-educated people, the expertise are right there. The commitment, we see it. It happened, right? But because not everybody was supporting it, I think that was where the doubt was coming from, and I don't think you're alone in that. I wouldn't be surprised if a whole lot of people say, yeah, me too. I didn't believe it. But I think when the first and the second turbines kind of started to come up, and it just gave people more courage. It kind of gave a glimpse of this could happen, this could be done. And it gave people the push that is needed to continue to support the stuff. I was thinking about listening to you talk about the doubt, and not everybody supporting this thing, obviously, because of the politics, because of all the different things that we know. Somebody who would remain nameless literally said, "It's not a big deal, we'll just bomb it." Not happening now, is it? You wouldn't want to do that. I don't think that's going to be a good thing. I think GERD is going to protect itself. It's not something you would want to mess with.
Oh, no.
I don't think so. So it just takes you back to the naysayers, not going to happen, that ain't going to happen, this, that, and the other, the politics, the doubt, all that. And here we are. Here we are. Ethiopia has done it. I think it sets Africa also at a turning point, not just Ethiopia. I think it sets Africa, it gives an example, a role model for also Africa to unite. You know, we can be so different in so many different ways, but we got to have commonalities, common ground that brings us together to unite, so that generations will take this baton and run with it. This is history from beginning to an end. It is history. I'm just grateful that it happened, you know, and in our generation that we witnessed it from beginning to an end. So I'm just trying to see if the chat is doing okay. I don't see any comments that I need to respond to, but honestly speaking, today is just that. I wanted to come here and be a little voice to acknowledge and to say thank you on behalf of Independent Voice to every one of you that contributed. And I don't mean just money. You know who you are. You are in my backyard, meaning in the state, in the city, in my neighborhood. Within each state, we recognize the work that you've done. We recognize the effort. We recognize the sacrifice. We recognize the time, the resource that went into this thing. So as Ethiopia is celebrating today, I just don't want you to feel like your effort isn't recognized. It is. I've heard few people comment in terms of how important it was the diaspora's contribution in where we're at today. Hopefully down the road somebody will have, and if there is already a report out and I don't know about it, I apologize, but hopefully there will be a report that specifically tells or shows what the diaspora's responsible was for this thing. From the 5 billion, what was the contribution of the diaspora? I think that would be good. If there is a way to decipher how much of it the diaspora has contributed, I think it would be good. It's very encouraging for the diaspora to also know the capacity and the contribution that they had put out towards this amazing project. I think it's great. It's wonderful. It is yet another day. See, this is life. We celebrated, we waited and waited and waited and waited. Some people held their breaths long enough and it was done. It was the celebration. Even the day before, I can tell people were really still like going at it and making sure things were gonna go, you know, right and whatnot. Emotions coming back for people. And then it's done. And then we move on. So I want to highlight the one thing you had said, Henok, and maybe we can wrap this up. It is a turning point.
Yes.
It is a turning point.
Yeah. And wanted to add one thing on the dam protecting itself. I remember one of our professors, instructors back in college was saying, you know, the Aswan Dam in Egypt built like near the southern border. So if the dam breaks, I mean, it could flood the whole Egypt. So as of now, GERD is 74 billion cubic meter of water. That's a huge man-made lake. Or 74, I think, trillion liter.
74 billion cubic meters.
Yes, yeah. When you change it to liter, I think it goes up to trillion. So,
okay.
So that is, I mean, that protects itself.
Right?
Yes.
Yep. I'm just saying, can you imagine trying to bomb something like that? Good luck.
Yeah.
Not happening. I don't think that would be the case. And
and
go ahead.
And the dam is made like to be very huge at the bottom, and it's not. I mean, maybe you can damage dam when it was in early stage, but not once it is completed. So
I wouldn't want to be the downstream people.
yeah.
So it will take care of itself. I'm not too concerned about that. It will take care of itself. It is what it is, and we're here in this chapter. I hope and pray that the next chapter of what comes next is as positive as we all hope it will be. We all have expectations. We just need to make sure that our expectations are somewhat realistic. Nothing happens overnight. A whole lot has happened already. I don't want people to say, oh, it's done. We're good to go. Don't talk to me about anything else. The work is not done yet. The dam is done, but there is more work to make sure that whatever it is, the projected electric power to occur in 65 plus million Ethiopians, to make sure that they have electric power into their homes. There is more work that needs to occur. So we're not necessarily ready to dislodge interest and say what you're talking about. The inauguration happened, the thing is done, now let it take, it will take care of itself. It will take care of itself at some point, but I don't think we're ready to abandon ship it right now and say, okay, we're done, go do or expect A, B, C, and D. I know people will have expectations. I have expectations. The country probably will have expectations. The people of Ethiopia will have expectations. I will be honest, whether it's realistic or not, I want to see the crisis of power completely abolished from the country. And I don't mean just the capital city, the country. I remember when I went to visit the students that we support in certain region. I don't know why, but I decided to do a surprise visit. And when I got there, a couple girls were still sitting outside, sitting on the pavement under streetlight, reading a book, studying. It was just getting darker around 6 p.m. or whatnot. And I said, why are you not in the house? Because it was raining. Why are you not sitting in the house? And they're like, oh, we don't have, they can't use electricity in their little home because nobody will pay for it. But because they have a street light, they were sitting outside, not to play, not to sit on a phone and swipe, but to study and read their books. That is such a reminder on a day like this. I do not want any child to have to do that, sit on a side street under a street light to study. I think this is the turning point to where we're saying that shouldn't be a concern, hopefully soon. The dam's not going to turn it like that and then turn it into something. There is still work to be done, and I'm hoping that the energy, that courage that comes out of this completion will help the country and help whoever is doing the work. We'll focus on making sure that places that do not have electric power right now, at a minimum, each household should have it. And the concern and the worry about when I go to flick the light up or turn it on, there may not be there, should be a thing of the past. Is it going to happen tomorrow? Probably not, but soon enough. My hope and my prayer is that soon enough people will have that full confidence. Just like when I live here, I don't necessarily have to think twice about turning, flicking the light switch on, and I don't even wonder whether or not it's going to do what it needed to do. It might take a moment, it might take a day, two, I don't know, a week, month, years for us to get there, for the people of Ethiopia to get there. But I think the very first thing that I want to see, more than this big and gigantic and futuristic thing that we're thinking about, I want to make sure that I want to see every household lit up. Small, tiny, little homes. Homes made out of, I don't know, like little hats, whatever it is. I want to make sure, I just want to see Ethiopia lit up. And moms, little old ladies not having to worry about carrying wood on their backs to come home and prepare meal with. Hopefully those things will come in time, but I can't help but think about that hope that people would have. So this has been quite a day. I have to tell you, mentally and emotionally, we've been on a roller coaster today. You know, on moment we're like, yeah, we did it. And then you think about it and you think about all the things that we've gone through to get here and all the things that needed to happen and all the people that no longer here because some people had to pay the ultimate price. It really was a roller coaster, at least for me, but I want to close this in a very positive way, a positive note. We did it. I don't feel comfortable even putting myself in there. I don't feel like I've done enough to say we did it. When I say we, I'm saying we in aggregate, as a whole, as a country, Ethiopia has done it. You know who you are. You know who you are. Your legacy is in it. Your name may not be put on anything at all, not even a piece of paper, but your legacy is in it. Your heart knows it. So to those of you that have paid the ultimate price, those that gave a penny, including those that have raised their hands to their God and prayed, you know who you are. Those that have committed to just be positive, to encourage people. To those people that I have seen videos where they were taking water and food to the people that were working in the site, including the people that were guarding way out there before you even get to the project itself. Everything, every single effort that was put into this work, you did it. You have a hand in it. It's your legacy and you should be proud. I cannot believe this is happening. This is like a wedding day, you know, this is like a celebration. It's like a new year. It is a new year. Like I think in one day we're going to celebrate New Year's. What a day to actually put this next to. As we celebrate, as we turn into a new year, I'm hoping that we will turn into new thought process, new mindset, new way of looking things, new way of communicating, new way of uniting. I hope that this new year also bring us more areas, some more places to unite, because we just witnessed how gigantic, how enormous, and how strong it makes us feel when we unite. Take a look at what just happened. Take a look at GERD. That's what unity does. That's what unity brings. That's what unity means. I say this because we all know we have reasons for saying them. We cannot continue to fracture and continue to hope that something that will fracture wouldn't happen. But there is strength in unity. Is not a cliche. We just watched it happen. We are true witnesses of that. We can attest to it and we can testify to the fact that unity works. In so many ways, we could be divided. In so many ways, we could go separate ways, but there was one thing that united us all together, which was the GERD. And thank God. And thank God. That is the legacy of unity. That is the legacy of unity that brought people together, aside the economic stuff, aside the politics, aside all the things that we think is going to happen out of this. Bottom line, and the thing that we cannot underscore is the fact that we were united in that, and it worked. We were united in that, and we succeeded. We were united in that, and we have something now that protects itself. We were united, and the whole world can see it. We were united, and nobody can take that away and say this other stuff, because that other stuff is not what did it. What did it is coming together, is uniting and finding that common ground that unites us all. Aside everything else, we came together. for one reason and one reason alone. We want to see this to happen. We want this to succeed. We want this to be done. And there is more power in unity than anything else. So thank you so much. Unless, Penok, I want to give you a couple more minutes if you want to say, before we wrap up, if you want to say a last remark, and then you could do that, and then we'll wrap up, because I know people probably need to go and eat dinner. But let's do this. If you want to say your last piece, and then we'll just wrap it up for tonight.
Yeah, I was thinking about when you say, ladies carrying those woods and traveling miles and miles, is not only the work, the heavy work, uh, that carrying wood and traveling for a long distance, but it used to take the good amount of day to collect those woods. I mean, it's their days gone by the time they're collecting their woods and carrying them to their houses, or carrying it to where they sell it. So it's not only the heavy work, but time wise, the mental work, it was all tough. So I hope this will do something for all those ladies. I mean, that means for the whole nation. So it will bring, I mean, you said about expectation. So we have that expectation. This will make it easier on their life and the life of their loved ones and the life they support, or the people depend on them.
Yep. You reminded me of a story that I have heard, actually, a guest that I interviewed a while back. I think it's on our website. Dr. Wow, I've forgotten the name, but they happened to be, or she happened to be in Africa, so she went to Ethiopia at some point and went and visited an area and saw ladies that did that, like this gigantic, like huge stack of woods. You know how they normally carry, right? They've done it so many times, it really was not a big deal. And these teeny tiny ladies were carrying it, and she had asked if she could do it. And there is a picture of her trying to put it in her back. She's from here, went there and wondered what it would be like to carry that stack of wood, because these ladies are just putting it on their back and they're just going, and they're going distance. And they showed her how to put it, and her picture shows that she's gotten it up on her shoulder, and that was about it. She couldn't even take a step, like she couldn't walk a couple steps, and they were laughing at her in a nice way. But she said, "Mommy, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. I tried it and I couldn't do it, let alone doing it on a daily basis, or doing it 2-3 times a week." She said, "I couldn't even move because it was pretty heavy." Except because they'd done it so many times, it was just like that for them to put it on their back and go. So I'm glad that she'd witnessed that. And when people say, "What's the big deal about this thing?" This is why I'm saying I cannot wait to see those days ending for those ladies, because they don't have to have those woods. They wouldn't have to do that anymore. I just came across something I wrote down earlier as I was looking into this thing. If once everything is said and done, within less than 10 years, GERD is supposed to show a long-term payback. Oh, Oh, the cat. Excuse us. You're not celebrating today. um, Under 10 years, in less than 10 years, GERD is expected to bring long-term payback. Less than 10 years. 10 years, not a lot. So I'm hoping some of the things that we talk about, some of the local stuff that is close to our heart. I'm not trying to minimize GERD to stock of wood, okay? I'm not. I know what it means. I just want the reality of the people to be surfaced today. The reason why it matters is because it's not like we don't have a need. The people of Ethiopia have the need to have what it takes to survive and what it takes to have a normal life without having to break their backs, without having to walk far and then collect those things and then carry them back far, whether it's raining or not. Once you start carrying them things and start walking, there is no putting it down. I don't think it is, but so kudos to everyone. We're excited. I cannot tell you how excited I am to have the opportunity to see it happen. It is successful. It has happened. It's there. It's ginormous. Anybody could see it. It's real. There is nothing that is hidden about it. It is done. There are still some things I'm sure they probably would need to do to say 100%, but I think about 98%. I would venture to say about 98% of this thing is done. What I want to see is from this point on, where do we go and how do we address the local issues like the ones that we're talking about? Hopefully it's not going to take 10 years. Hopefully it's not going to be 5 years. Hopefully in the near future, we see a change in lifestyle for the locals, at least in terms of having access to electricity, power, and all the different things that they need to. I started with this and I want to close with this. I want to say, and I want to recognize, and I want to honor the people that have sacrificed their lives in doing this. The people that are not here today to say, yep, we did it. They're not here. The families of those people that are thinking about their loved ones that have sacrificed their lives. As people are out there celebrating and going off about this other thing, those people that are feeling like, yes, but my son, my husband, my brother, my uncle, my whatever it is, my sister, my mother are not here because they were the ones that sacrificed ultimately, giving their lives. I want to honor those families. I want to say thank you. And I hope this day is a day of pride. This day, hopefully, is a day that you also know those loved ones have a legacy. This is their legacy. This is their legacy. And I hope to God that you will continue to tell their kids and their children for years to come that this is their legacy, because it will be there and history will remember. History will remember. History will remember the good, the bad, and whatever else. History will remember. And in this case, history will remember your sacrifice. History will remember everything that you had done. I'm going to circle back to saying congratulations. Thank you for the diaspora that have also supported this thing. I want to say this again. The diaspora did not give because they have money to throw away. The diaspora supported this thing from the money they didn't have, sacrificing from their own life. Okay? I really don't want people to think, yeah, the diaspora. No, let's not minimize it. The diaspora paid a big price. I'm not trying to take it away from everybody else, put it on the diaspora, but however the amount, whatever the impact is, I want to recognize the diaspora. This is the one place that everybody chipped in. This is the one place that nobody thought about for a minute to say and hesitate to say, maybe not. People did what they could. I know this. Not only the people that have gave, I'm telling you, I'm also saying congratulations and my hat's off to you, those of you that helped to coordinate those meetings. The people that have actually put together a process where people were like giving money on a monthly basis. You had to make phone calls. You had to beg and plead people and nudge people and say, hey, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to do that, but you did. You know who you are, and for that, I want to say thank you and congratulations. You've done it. This would not have happened without your effort. This would not have happened without all those long meetings, the Zoom meetings, the emails and the text messages, everything that you guys have done, the fundraising events, the people that cooked freely so that people will have dinner and pay for it so the money can go in there. Everything. The people that have donated stuff for auctions and all the different creative ideas, and people that have gave time to even just be there so that others are encouraged. People have donated their books so that it would be sold and be given, the money goes to the GERD project. People literally said, I don't want this to go anywhere else but to the GERD project, and this is where we're at. So I want to say thank you to you. I hope you are proud. I hope you don't feel as though you're not recognized. You are. You know it. We all know it. You may not see or hear your name elsewhere, but I'm telling you, you know who you are, and I know. I've been there, I've seen it. So it's my little way of saying thank you, and you should be proud. This is also your legacy. With that, thank you so much for those of you that stayed with us. I see some people still watching the live, but for those of you who stayed with us and listened to us kind of go off about this random celebration day today, I am grateful. I'm so grateful to you for your support. Please, if you have not subscribed to Independent Voice, go ahead and subscribe, because we want to make sure that your voice is added with ours and amplify the positive. We try to do what's right. We believe in integrity. We believe in being honest. We believe in being transparent. I do not have any other vested interest in doing this. My interest is to be a voice and to use my voice for something I believe is productive, to use my voice to encourage others, to be my voice, to voice or to be the voice for those who wouldn't have a voice otherwise. I'm not saying I'm all that in a bag of chips. I know I'm just an individual, but regardless, I am a voice, and I could be a voice that could be reckoned with. So you want to add your voice with ours, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Go ahead and take a look at the types of videos that we put out. And if you have any ideas, if you have any interest in joining us in being a guest, or if you have an idea, a topic that you would want us to do work on, do let me know. You can go ahead and also visit our website. I will update some of our things with this recent stuff that we've been doing. Last week, I believe a week or two ago, has it been a week or two? So we've been to DC for the national dialogue, and then this week is this next in a few days we get to celebrate New Year's. This has been a good few weeks, if you ask me. So go ahead and join us if you would. Other than that, I thank you for your support. Be kind to yourself. Take care of yourself. Be a voice. Encourage others to use their voice and never, ever silence anybody else's voice. And with that, thank you, Hanok, for being here. Thank you for the remarks. Thank you for adding your voice with mine to celebrate together. I cannot wait to kind of see what comes out of this and all the different projects that we think about. Hanok is a huge supporter of Independent Voice, and I'm grateful for that. If you're interested in, like I said, joining the team, do let us know, and we will reach out to you. With that, congratulations. Congratulations again. Ethiopia has done it. You all have done it. And I hope that you are proud, and I hope you can keep your head up as you get up in the morning and say, yeah, we did this. So with that, I want to say thank you and have a good night. This has been Independent Voice, and I am Amme. And thank you, Hanok, for yourself.